Hey guys, can you hear us? Because on our end, it looks like everything is good to go. We've got chat pulled up. Let us know if you can. Let us know if we're back or if we need to end the stream and restart it again.
No, it's good to go.
I know everything on our side is showing that we're set, so obviously we'll go ahead and get started if everybody can hear us. Heard. Okay, looks like we're ready to go. So Jason, let's do it. We've got playoffs, start of quarterfinals.
It is time.
I can't believe we're here already. Yeah, my name is Ian Jags. This is Jason Sorelius. We're really happy to be able to bring you some more LCC action, honestly. And Season 4 is coming to an end here, but we still got the long road of playoffs ahead of us. Yep. Quarterfinals, semifinals, and eventually in 2 weeks' time, our best of 5 finals matchup, awarding our new champions, and we'll have our award show and everything alongside that. So that's the culmination of a long year that's led us here. It hasn't felt so long, but it has been 10 weeks already.
It's flown by, but it has been a long year. I'm turning this down just a smidge, but I'm so excited. It's been 10 weeks of playoffs. We've done a double round robin. All 6 of our teams have gotten to face off twice, and now you remember last week, our last match of the night, we've got potentially 5 rematches of that for you tonight.
That's true, yeah. So all of our playoffs are best of 5s, and so we could see a 3-0 sweep, or we could get a Silver Scrapes best of 5 ahead of us. Now we are a little bit behind schedule, so there's a lot to talk about. Let's go ahead and hop into our kind of broadcast segment. We don't want to have people start too far behind. I don't know if you've got client up and everything ready to go.
Yeah, just about.
But here we go. LCC Season 4 playoffs brought to you and sponsored by Oasis Gaming. Get away from the toxicity and come game with us at the Oasis. Go Humps!
Go Humps!
Also brought to you by the Lilac Lion Photography. Capture an instant for eternity. Visit the lilac-lionphotography.com today. If you've got an event and you're looking to get it photographed, there's really no better photographer in the Charlotte area.
Yeah, she's phenomenal. Go say what's up.
Tell her we sent you. Yep.
And then also brought to you this week for the playoffs by the Attic Bats. This is my friend Ender, and they will be vending at Japan Fest in Charlotte, North Carolina this weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It's a free event. Go say hi to them and let them know we sent you.
I'll also tell them that we sent you. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And of course, cannot forget about our one true sponsor. They keep us afloat. Dr. Pepper, established 1885 out of Waco, Texas. 23 perfect flavors and ingredients. Crack open a cold one tonight.
Absolutely. Speaking of floats, a Dr. Pepper float sounds pretty good right about now.
It always does.
Well, let's go ahead and get into how we got here. 6 teams throughout the regular season. It's been a really exciting year. You can see how the standings ended up. Bilgewater on top, Freljord in second. Both of them have buys. We don't get to see them this week. We got to wait a whole extra week until we get to see them. But Zaun, Bandle City, Piltover, and Targon, those are our 4 teams that are going to be playing over the next 2 days in our quarterfinals. Zaun and Targon facing off against each other, and tomorrow we'll get to see Bandle City play Piltover. Same exact time, 7 p.m. Eastern is when our series will start. Let's go ahead and take a look a little bit deeper at the team rundown.
So this is how we got here. So if anybody looking at the playoff brackets, these are the seeds, and then we've now filtered them in. We've got our seed numbers here, and so that's why we won't get to see our other teams tonight. It'll be a best of 5 between Zaun and Targon. And these are 5 and 7 to 3 and those aren't right.
Yep.
Are they?
Yep. Zaun 5 and 5 actually this year. 3 and 7 is the Targon Titans. They haven't lost those 2 games yet, but don't worry. This is our quarterfinals matchup: Targon versus Zaun. And honestly, it's completely wiped clean. Our records don't matter anymore.
No, you're starting in the playoffs. It's the gauntlet.
It's win or go home.
Yeah, take these games and you just keep moving through.
So Targon Titans in the top lane. We've got Frank Word in the jungle. Our new player replacement. Sadly, we leave Dragon behind, but we take onto Targon penultimate. Very exciting to see that jungler come in. Minty, our Season 3 champion mid laner, in the mid lane again, reprising his role for Targon. Agateo, our Season 2 champion AD carry and Finals MVP. No stranger to the playoffs.
Such a hot game of last week.
Absolutely. Agateo down there at the carry role. And that support, again, the Season 3 champion support, Oregonin. So definitely a storied lineup here. We've got to see how that short-term contract, or I guess the player replacement.
Yeah, player replacement now. It's only going to be 3 weeks at max, but yeah, full player replacement, penultimate. Welcome to the LCC. We saw her on stage previously for one match, but now a full replacement. For the Zaun Plague tonight, we have TJ, Season 2 Hospitalized Champion in the top lane. We have Whittle Guy, Season 2 MVP and also Champion in the jungle. We have Reds coming in as a permanent player replacement, correct?
Yes.
In the mid lane, and then we have Inferno and the Crimson Yoni in the bot lane. This is a lineup of very familiar names. You've seen them throughout the seasons. They're very comfortable in the LCC. We've seen their stories and how they've changed over time. Inferno, in particular, has had his standout season. And I would say Whittle not finding quite the level of success as during Hospitalized, but it's always clear that Whittle knows what's going on in the jungle and has a plan to deal with the other team.
Yeah, I'd say a plan and thought out, very cognitive jungler is kind of how Whittle approaches the game. Let's take a look at the stats in the side-by-side rundown. The things that stick out are how close Minty and Agateo, as well as Reds and Inferno, are during the lane phase. Obviously, Frank Ward has had a pretty decent season top lane, but hasn't been able to convert many of these leads into victories. Meanwhile, TJ has struggled a little bit more this season, kind of in line with how he was back in Season 2. But this time also, both of them will need to find ways to transition their gameplay into the mid to late. A couple things to note. This team has these two teams have 6 total champions. 4 of the Hospitalized members. Shout out to Season 2, our old viewers, with TJ Whittle, Yoni, and Agateo all reprising, or all coming back from Hospitalized.
That's right.
Way back in the day, and then of course they've got Minty and Oregonin on Targon. So still, 60%. That's a lot of championship firepower there.
It is.
Between the two rosters. Again, these two teams, they just played each other last week in Week 10. Agateo absolutely popped off in that game. And the way that
20 kills in the bot lane.
Exactly. So despite Targon having the inferior record, they were actually 2-0 in Zaun this season. And yeah, a massive 20 kill bot lane, as you mentioned. I mean, we're looking back at their first game of the season when they played off. He got 11 kills in that one as well. So Agateo has had big performances in the series, and he is going to be a key factor in how Targon are, if they are to win, how they're going to win tonight.
Yeah. And one thing we can highlight is that's very interesting that Zaun Plague are coming into this as the higher seed. They've had more success. They're 5-5, 50% win rate. But Titans have their number. They're 2-0. They've knocked them out in the past. And it's not really looked that close in their games. And so I'm curious to see what has Zaun prepared to answer them tonight.
Yeah, I think with both these teams bringing in player replacements with Reds and Penultimate, I think it's a new look for kind of both these rosters, right? Zaun hasn't found success since they brought Reds in. And actually, I went and I did some digging. Reds hasn't won a game since Season 2 quarterfinals. So it's been a while. He's due. And tonight,
he's been banking up that love.
Exactly.
He's been banking up the love.
It's time.
He's going to sneak away 100 HP 4 times
past the line here. Yeah. So, that one is definitely due. And we'll have to take a look at that. Actually, just as a little trivia thing, do you remember who he beat in that game? Season 2 quarterfinals.
Season 2 quarterfinals.
Does anybody happen to remember that?
Give it a second for chat, but I don't recall offhand. I'd have to work through it in my head. Yeah, and one thing to call out on the notes is Reds stats are Reds hasn't been able to play the full regular season, so we're pulling historical data, and penultimately only one game on record, so little grain of salt to go along with those ones. And one thing to call out also, I don't have the stats available because of Riot's API bug, which Riot, please go get that fixed. That would be nice. And I noticed, their pro broadcast doesn't have any issues. They can pull their numbers.
Yeah,
they just don't care about
they're all
us,
on Tournament Realm,
guy.
right? Yeah.
Give us Tournament Realm. That'd be sick. Anyway, the first game that we saw between Zaun Plague and Targon was when we saw the Heimerdinger jungle come out. And so that could be one that you can point at and say, there was a look to make it happen. I think Whittle was trying to do the shuffle the same way we've seen with Frankfurt trying to do the shuffle and see, like, how do I slot into this team? Right. How do I make impact? And how can I make these waves? But with that, I think we're about ready to get into this best of 5. And that's right, all of these playoff matches will be best of 5s. And we can look at this roster and say, like, most of these players have not played best of 5s before. But we do have, like, veterans from the past. TJ has played in them, Whittle has played in them, Reds, Inferno, Crimson. And some of these new players, I don't know if Frankward, Penultimate, have played in any best of 5s, and it's a slog. Yeah. It is. It eventually becomes a measure of endurance. How well can your team take these hits? And
it's a different type of test, isn't it? It's there's a little bit of resiliency that you need to have. So looks like we're waiting on some confirmations here.
Okay, I've got readies up from both teams.
Yeah, looks like we're about ready to get going. Nobody answered, so Jason, do you remember who it was? His last win?
Reds? Nah. I could work.
It was against you. It was against you.
Sick, of course. I made him work for it, I'm
sure.
He
played Nefiri into your Annie in the playoffs. I don't know if you remember it. It was a long time ago. But yeah, that's what I mean. All the way back then. That was the last time he won a game. That's what I'm saying. It's been a long time. So he's going to be looking to right that wrong. We are into draft here. So let's go ahead and get this pulled up on screen. And yeah, I mean, boom. Playoff season is starting. Here we go.
Yeah, playoffs are here. Frankfurt, very comfortable having his Gangplank band out. We can imagine Urgot will also come around. And then typically we see Frank settle into a nice Ornn top lane. But I would love to see Set come back around.
It does seem to be the one that he's been comfortable with is the Ornn. We saw a Zahen game early on in the season. We saw a Smolder top. But all those looked uncomfortable, and Ornn is the one that he kind of settled into his third.
Consistent. It's such a nice big body. He can buff Minty and Agateo's damage output. In one angle, though, like we've got GP Urgot banned out. We have Malphite banned out against TJ. Cho'Gath is the obvious choice for TJ based on history. And Set is the obvious answer for Frankward on the other side. They're on blue side. Will they choose to just drop a Set and say, hey, TJ, what's your answer?
Yeah, I think the way that we've seen Zaun, who is on the red side, and they had side selection, they selected red side. So that's an interesting wrinkle into this matchup.
I was totally expecting blue side, like
as was I. So I think that what we'll expect to see is they will pick their top laner early on, and then they'll look for a counter with their mid laner and give Reds a counter pick into Minty. It doesn't feel like TJ is going to really abuse that counter pick. So I'm kind of expecting this R5 to be Reds.
I'm expecting that to be a flex pick between TJ and Whittle, really. But I would say where Whittle has found the most success this season has been in these Jarvan games. However, I do think he is an excellent Sejuani player. Sejuani taken away. Excellent Poppy player. Just a strong jungler when given tools to initiate.
Yeah, absolutely. I that's the name of the game is they need to play together in order for Zaun to win this series. Like their path to victory is playing together, playing as a team.
Yeah,
that's when they look best. And ever since Lowell left this roster, that's something they've struggled to do, which is why they haven't found a win yet. And I think they've been putting in the practice. If they can get on the same page as a team,
coming out for Yoni.
Yeah, that's how they can get it done. Soraka, this is a unique pick. I don't think we've seen this all season long.
No.
And very strong in lane, has a lot of presence in lane, as well as the Wish over top ultimate, able to provide additional HP anytime that you're losing somewhere.
It is a very strong combination with Jarvan as well. Cataclysm sets up perfectly for the Silent Snare, and Starcall to be able to get that additional healing regen on your heals. We got Lucian Nami coming out, so this is a killer bot lane for Agateo and Regnan to be able to go crazy with. Really putting a lot of pressure in Agateo's hands. I don't know that we've seen a lot of Lucian come out of him, but I know that I've personally played it with him, and there is... Soraka is going to be engaged on. Yunara has Yunara been picked before?
I'm not sure we've seen it in the LCC. Definitely not this season. So another just completely unique bot lane here. Soraka, Yunara. And Lucian Nami should have the advantage in lane here. So...
Soraka also first time it's appeared this season, so call out from Bassoon. We'll see if we get a confirmation on the Yunara. This is potentially just a completely new bot lane to the LCC we've never seen before. Yunara also never been picked, so yeah, this is a spicy one. Jax ban coming out, so this may be targeting penultimate, and perhaps the Sejuani's going top. The Jax, maybe Frank Jax probably being banned out.
I agree.
What's there available to target? We've got what I would assume is jungle bot lane selected already for Zaun Plague. Targon Titans, we've got what I would assume is jungle and bot lane as well. So both solo lanes are up in the air. And like you said, I agree that I would expect TJ to be going first and leaving a counter pick for Reds. But in that case, I would also be expecting TJ's selection to be coming out before the second round of bans.
Yeah, I'm a bit surprised that they went with an AD carry pick, picking Yunara. I don't think Yunara was ever going to get banned or anything, and so they could have just picked a top laner. Instead, multiple top lane bans are going to come out here, and the pinch is on for both of these top laners. So, honestly, neither of them with really deep champion pools. The Cho'Gath is the one to mention that's still up, and there it is banned out. So
I would argue the Nasus also a bit of a self-ban.
I agree.
Against TJ. He's found a lot of success with, I would say, like, Malphite, Cho'Gath, Nasus. The Mundo here as well. He's had games on Mundo. I don't think they've been quite as successful. But yeah, what will TJ be pushed onto now deep into his champ pool? And Set still on the board, called out from Bassoon, but Cho'Gath taken away definitely like reduces the priority in my mind.
So they lock in Ahri.
So Ahri takeaway from Minty.
This is completely not what I saw coming. I thought that they were going to save this R5 for Rez. Instead, it does go over to TJ after a big pinch top side. We're looking at
we can call out
3 on this side, 7 total top lane bans.
There is a flex here for Jarvan to go to TJ, and we'll see a different jungler for Whittle potentially.
Okay, what do they answer into Ahri? There's quite a few
Almost
that you can play softly. Okay, gonna go for the range matchup. Ahri absolutely can just ult that light binding, land a charm, and dominate this lane. So this is up to Ahri to play this lane out, and Lux really just has to play it from range, but Ahri has the assassination potential onto Lux.
There is potential, but Lux has the greater ability to find poke, to find room within the lane to just clear waves and push out. And then I've been thinking about Poppy for both of these teams. And
Poppy into Ahri is a great counter, also great into Jarvan. So now
it can really cancel Jarvan.
Yeah, I mean their primary engage now taken away. So we'll have to see how many times that W from Poppy does go up in time, or if they're the keeper's verdict, they're able to just yeet Jarvan out of the fight, get onto the Soraka or the Yunara.
And I'm expecting this Poppy to go top lane for Frankward. And so slipping out of his bounds of the Ornn. So this will be a Warwick top for TJ. We've seen this in the past. It's not been phenomenal. But I'm pulling for him here tonight. I think he can put it together. Warwick is a potent top
jungle
laner.
I mean, they could do Jarvan top, Warwick jungle, but
I
think you're right. I think
you're right. Poppy can interrupt the Warwick ult. I think it's unstoppable.
Oh, no, she totally can.
She can?
Yeah.
I thought it was unstoppable.
No, the W.
Huh. Google while we're in our thing.
It's a pretty short cooldown. But yeah, no, totally.
I thought he was unstoppable.
A Briar ulti.
Let's get these. Poppy can't prevent it, so Sean's supporting me.
Really? Interesting.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's unstoppable during ulti. Check the ultimate here. Crowd control immunity, so he will be able to.
Huh.
Targon versus Zaun Plague. Targon, Zaun Plague.
Okay, so it's a good... I know that
she can, I think, stop him from dashing through with his Q when he chomps, and so he won't be able to follow with it. But
let's go to the Q. Let's see.
Let's go to the Q. Yeah, it's not unstoppable, so she can stop that. So he will not be able to dash past if Poppy chooses to cancel it.
Well, Jaws would be displacement immune.
Follow. Okay. So follows through either way.
Yeah. So Warwick's actually Poppy counter.
In some ways.
Fascinating.
Because he wants to stay on top and just fight. But Poppy does have abilities to poke, and it's going to come down to management and playing that dangerous game of getting low HP for trying to fight it out. I'm curious to see what summoners and masteries we have. There's of course changes to the way that changes to the masteries that are available within this season so far. We've seen a couple patches through related to that. I don't think any of these heroes will be particularly affected by it.
I like the draft from both these teams. We've got the. Did you get the Gambit going?
Yep.
In chat? Yeah. So
I think I made it shorter than I meant to, but oh well.
Well, yeah, I don't see one.
I thought I did it. Just gonna delete it. We'll redo the game of prediction. I've set it too short by mistake.
You just click on that one. There you go.
Huh.
Perfect.
All right. But yeah, game 1, ready to get into it. I'm excited.
Quick shout out to TJ for resubscribing and the Mechanist for the follow. Thanks for joining in, hopping in. Excited to excited to get the playoffs started. I really like how these teams drafted, to be honest. I feel like this is a completely new look for Targon. And then TJ has not been pushed this far in his champion pool. I don't know if he's been. He's very far down the line here.
Time before, but yeah, Warwick is. We clearly we're going down the list, and Warwick is down there, and it comes out. And I'm curious to see, has he had any practice on Warwick lately? I'm not sure.
I'm very interested that they went with the red side draft, and then this is the draft that they ended up with. It feels like they kind of got played in draft. So it's still going to come down to how they actually play. But I think Targon, happy to have blue side draft here in game number 1.
Maybe the look is that they don't want to provide Frank the counter pick.
I could be, but
that's the thought going into it, because I'm looking at it and I'm thinking blue side has been
counter pick denial
dominant across the split.
Yeah,
we've had the regular season. Blue side has been regularly more powerful, and it's curious to see us come now to the matches, and it's left open.
Yep, of course, in our other series, Vandal City selecting blue side, so just this series is the case. Look at that sick Ari skin.
Heck yeah.
Love to see that.
Season 4, quarterfinals A, Targon 0, Zap 0, game 1. Who's ready for it?
About to get underway here. You have a series prediction?
Series prediction. Let's see.
Let's get this up.
Yeah, hang on. Hit me while I'm trying to get this in. Okay. And we are here onto the Rift. Let's see the prediction. I mean, based on history, I'm expecting that. I don't know.
Well, on history, in seven games, Targon has beat Zaun in 6 of those 7 games. 6-7 mentioned. So,
it's looking to me like Targon has the advantage. I'm thinking like a 3-1 Targon. I'm going to put it out there. What do you think?
I think we're going to go 2-5, but I believe in Zaun. So I'm going to go 3-2 Zaun is my prediction.
All right.
Let us know in chat what you guys think. We're really excited to get this game underway. Game number 1. They're sizing each other up. Let's start off with the junglers. We haven't gotten to talk too much about Penultimate Lee joining the LCC. This is only second game played here.
Yep. Welcome to the league, Penultimately.
Both junglers starting top side.
Official replacement. Both junglers starting on top side. Jarvan has a lot of opportunities to go for some shenanigans, but will not be able to find a steal off the back. And Little Guy a jungler that will play off of information in previous matches, and so not a lot of research to pull on for penultimately. So we may see some more standard pathing, and I would expect Little Guy to play towards his bot lane as we typically find. TJ making a very aggressive stance in the top side, going to be ignited. Frankfurt looking for the rundown.
He's playing really aggressive there because if he didn't push in, he's going to have his wave frozen out on him. So Frankfurt playing a really smart freeze here. And this is going... I mean, TJ honestly has to reset. There is a lot of self-healing back from the Warwick.
Go for the all-in.
Look for a play here. It's barrier out, and that's Summoner Spell down. Now, there is a good bit of self-healing from Warwick. He needs to get these autos in. Yeah, look at this damage here from the Poppy. So heavy trading, but both junglers are pathing bot. You know, having started top, it means that they're actually kind of safe to trade up here topside. So TJ, perhaps in the extended lane, a little bit safer than you would expect normally. Big trade, big chunk back with that bite from the Wolf.
We'll keep checking back in on him as the game progresses. Widow Guy looking for a bot lane gank rather than starting on his blue buff. So going to be information available on his location to Targon. Frankward finally letting the wave collapse under his tower, and TJ going to take the opportunity to reset. Combat Summoners down for both of our top laners. And eyes towards our junglers, as I imagine we're going to see both of them look for a gank bot. Widow Guy clearing up his Gromp as penultimately not looking for a gank earlier. She has now finished her clear.
It looks like there's a call for a gank, so Whittle skipped over blue buff. You can see his blue is still up. And so skipping that over, but both of them level up here for penultimately smite down from the Jarvan. Where is the flag and drag? There it is through, but it's a miss. Actually goes through the teammates, and the turn from Targon will go. Passive stacked. Whittle has to flash out. The first blood will come through. It's a first blood going over to the Zaun Plague as they rush forward. Yunar's passive in effect. Will they hunt down any more? They will not, but it's one kill going over to the Plague.
Yep, a nice banana coming out of Yoni, dropping heal, Inferno, burning flash, and then flash going down in the mid lane actually as that all occurred. So Red's feeling the pressure from Minty in the opposite direction. But first blood.
A good find. It looked like Whittle might potentially go down there. Let's see if they're able to pick up anything on the reset. So Giant Belt coming in for penultimately a little bit tankier, a little bit more stats.
Yeah, teleport coming back to the mid lane for Reds. You can follow the teleports coming through. They move slowly through the map now, so you can just follow them as they come through.
I love that. Okay, TJ and Frankfurt, both of them have reset, got a little bit more health now.
And the lane's still in the exact same spot. TJ's trying to get for these shoves in, and honestly, it's pretty good for him that he didn't die in those early trades.
Could have gotten bad.
Started with the Doran's Blade, so really was invested to being able to play that aggressive angle.
And the refillable pot too. He wants to continue to play this, up front and in your face. Nice pin to the wall here from Frankward is going to be a nice trade, and he's keeping that wave right where he wants it. Second scuttle here, and ultimately with the smite this time, so they will trade 1-for-1 and the level up advantage, but decides to disengage. No help from top, no help from mid. And Targon will walk away.
Pings down onto the mid lane. Everybody knows where the junglers are at, and they are both matching each other, walking downwards. Dragon has spawned, and which team will go for it? I think ultimately Warwick is a very strong. We have an engaged topside.
Yeah, level 6 for both. Here's the ultimate out. Infinite Duress from TJ, but the Keeper's Verdict barrier out from TJ. There's the Ignite, though. One more auto will do it. The big trade so backward. TJ, the Flea. Can he does it's a solo kill for the Plague top laner as TJ turns the matchup on his head. And it's 2 kills for Zaun.
Penultimately looking for an answer in the mid lane. Spirit Rush out early from Red's Awesome. A flash forward. The Light Binding will
got
connect.
Him with the bind.
Tower down onto Penultimately. What happened? Spectator, why? Anyway, the final spark, I think, did connect onto Red's Awesome. There's Poke Down, and it's a nice investment to burn the Spirit Rush and could open up the Dragon. Whittle Guy looking for an answer in the mid lane, trying to get that flash back. Minty flash forward, so is under a lot of threat here.
Yeah, it does have level 6, though, and I'm not sure what Reds will be able to do back. There's the Light Binding out, just dodged out from Reds. Any further damage?
Charm.
Yeah, Charm just missing.
Not enough. So Reds if able to connect that charm, that would have been a kill answer. But flash down from both mid laners and no Cataclysm available. There's going to be no finish on the play. Whittle Guy and Penultimately still moving around, trying to find the most, the optimal angle to find some kills.
So, all right, the reset in terms of positioning for Whittle, he is going to go back to his Krugs and head bot again. I think Inferno and Yoni are going to be the attention. A beautiful bubble here from Oregon forces the flash out of Inferno. Actually, it was the cleanse. No flash used. Flash already on cooldown. So a big summoner spell used out. And that means that by the time that Whittle and Penultimately come down bot for this dragon, that is one.
Inferno could be looking for pressure down onto Oregon, and he's caught out in the river.
Another Aqua Prism will land here. A beautiful find in terms of damage. Agateo not really afraid to walk up here. Meanwhile, topside, the attention turns. Frankward trying to get out a nice, headbutt forward, but it is going to be advantage Zaun as they find Frank again. 3 kills on the board for the Plague, and they've got a 1k gold lead at 7.5 minutes.
Yep, nice pressure down as well from Minty in the mid lane, finding that final spark. The cuddling coming out from Agateo, looking for the kill. Prince and Yoni against the wall,
what a
and
play.
he finds it. Agateo with the culling.
Yeah, and that's that advantage, right? That you put the Nami E onto the Lucian, you get all those procs for free, and then really Yoni had flash, but had nowhere to go. Felt like if he used it, he was dead anyways. So
I think flash directly back over the wall could have survived, but chooses to hold on to the flash. And a nice pickup from Agateo. That Tidecaller's Blessing is brutal. I'm not sure I'm a fan of this cleanse. It really feels like it's kind of looking towards Penultimately with the Glacial Prison, maybe Minty with the Lightbind, but I don't think it does anything to the bubble, right? It's a knockout.
We've seen Barrier to be the meta, and that's what Agateo is rolling here. There were a couple seasons where Teleport bot was good, especially. Yep. And so, the cleanse, perhaps just the comfortability, can get a lot of value on the Glacial Prison from
Little Guy could be caught out here, but Yoni is here on his back. Red's level 8.
Yeah, both teams ready to fight, though. The charm will land. Max range charm onto Minty. Beautiful healing from Oregon as the ebb and flow from Targon finds both healing and damage, and all 5 of Targon Titans are here at the first Cloud Dragon of the game. Still, only 700 gold is the difference, and so the Zaun Plague will decide, look, you're going to commit 5, we will just go and take the top side advantage, and we'll keep TJ on top tower, we'll get everything else, right? You can have the dragon, we'll give.
Rotates down now, Agateo and Oregon trying to pressure Inferno off of that tower. The wave, unfortunately, had already crashed in the bot side, so Inferno able to pick up a little bit of CS and experience. But in the end, TJ getting the bulk of that advantage on the side of Zaun Plague. And Little Guy still trying to clear up these Kevins. Minty going to spot out. Huge damage coming out. Could be one more auto.
Will do it. And he finds the kill. It's a solo kill on it, but Red's able to pick up that final snag and the 3rd Void Grub. So Whittle dying, and he pays quite a price, but does pick up all 3 Void Grubs.
Yep, Minty just... I think realistically, Reds had the secure on that last Void Grub no matter what, as long as he was looking for it. But one more auto could have even secured that one.
I'm interested in looking at the gold differential per. Look at that big lead for TJ, over 1,000 just in top lane.
And I think that might be his best stat line to date this season. So really well played out of TJ after being pushed so deep into his champion pool.
Okay, Agateo again, another culling, big wave, flash out from Yoni will happen. A flash in from Inferno. There's the barrier from Agateo. Can he find one more? They trade auto for auto. And now the supports. It's supportal combat as the bananas come out. There's the Aqua Prism.
Will connect. Yoni is continuing to fight, trying to bait him in.
A flash
under the tower. He's here for the support. He finds it. And Yoni with the incredible bait. Well played to Zaun Plague to bring them in close. And what a 1v1 in the bot side. I almost want to bring it back to a quick little replay as long as TJ doesn't commit to this all-in. Let's see what we can get down here.
Scrappy fight. I mean, decisive decision from Yoni and Inferno. You'll see they make the choice. This Aqua Prism hits, they flash out, and then the call is turned, and they all in. A flash in from Inferno, the healing forward from Yoni, and they at least get the 1v1 trade. And then, of course, we saw the supportal combat. Oregon felt bloodthirsty, wanted the kill, flashed in, just short, single-digit HP, but Yoni able to get away.
We'll go ahead and zoom forward slightly to push it alive. And I want to call out Inferno, really proud of that he placed that ward instantly to get the auto attacks and trade that back. And Agateo, I love the aggressive pressure. He's finding a lot of success there, but also just a little bit far forward eats a tower shot, and I think that's what happened.
Yep, absolutely. So Whittle able to collect at the end. It was a 2-for-1, goes towards Zaun. And it feels like some of these little wins are heading Zaun's way. 5-3 now win kill, still pretty close, and we're within 1,000 gold, so it's effectively a tie game. But yeah, pointing to the gold differential, big gold lead up top for TJ, but a big lead in mid for Minty and as well for Agateo. So
the top side of the map is really looking Zaun favored, while the bottom side of the map is looking like it's going Targon's way, but it is not swung out of reach by any means for either side. 2.5 minutes to our next drag.
This is a lull in terms of fight power for Yunara with a full item completed for Lucian, and we are going to see another fight come through here. Charm down onto penultimately. There's the Cataclysm on, so a flash out.
Wish!
Nice wish over top, and a flash away from Minty, so they are able to escape for the most part. Penultimately will go down at the end of that fight.
What an aqua
beautiful
prism.
Bubble from Oreganon to find both. The culling a bit defensive here. So we're scrapping all over the map, really showing here in game number 1, they're not afraid to throw it down.
Yep, all the ultimates coming down. Wave still available on the bot side, so we may see them try to use that. TJ is so ready to scrap. And I think both teams feel like they're excited for this best of 5, and they're getting into it with no qualms about it.
Yeah,
Minty and Reds also still both low after that play mid lane. And I love the aggression out of Red's awesome, looking for the finish on a Minty bun, and the electrocute will find
in the mid lane. He missed the charm, but he had so much overkill damage that he finds the solo kill anyways. What a nice find here. Yeah. And Agateo and Oreganon looking for more. There's bloodthirsty League of Legends players all over the map in this quarterfinals game 1.
That's right. And Minty just stepping forward a little too far. That's what you mentioned, where Ahri has that ability to just Spirit Rush, in this case, just flash forward and go for that play. Man, the damage coming out of Agateo on the bot side is stellar with the Tidecaller's Blessing. Just dashing past the creep wave and making it so uncomfortable for Zaun Plague to be able to move up and get CS. Whittle guy here to try to bail him out.
Nice itemization here from Oreganon. The early Oblivion Orb will help them, against Soraka specifically. So I really like the heads-up itemization from Oreganon. Not something I say in very many games, but I absolutely got to call it out when I see it. That's a great, I think, great choice here.
Yeah, we've got penultimately picking up the Heart Steel, so you're going to be trying to go for that tanky Sejuani. We've seen in the past where Sejuani would go for even more Mog's builds early on, so Sejuani loves that max HP. The
nice pin in the wall. Frankfurt trying to find some stuff back, but look at this. Infinite Duress down onto the Poppy. Poppy trying to get away. What can he do? The Q forward. Look at that trade of HP. So quickly.
And TJ looking so strong on the top side. He's got this completed Bork, and it really does mean that Frank truly cannot tussle with him. And we've got 10 seconds now to our next dragon. No TP, or TP available for both of our top laners off of the back of the top lane quest completion. Spirit Rush out now.
Yeah, so the root will land here on a penultimately, culling out into the front line, but Whittle will eat some of that. There's the Glacial Prison down onto Reds, but no kills yet. Beautiful wave over all 4. Oh, they haven't committed to the fight. Agateo trying to walk forward. Minty not finding his way. It's the Cataclysm in onto the entire team, a double kill, and it will be all 4 going down. What a clean team fight from Zaun as they commit forward with a Cataclysm, and they find all of the Titans.
I love the patience in that play. Both teams pulling back, trying to feel their way out, look for an opening. The culling comes out, and instead of trying to force it, Zaun Plague pull back, they wait for TJ to complete his teleport, and then it's all in off of the back of Whittle's Cataclysm. Great play.
We have a second. Let's take a quick refresh. I think that's probably one of our plays of the game there, because that was so impactful. You see, they landed a ton of abilities. Look at this big. That's almost everybody with that wave. But Minty and Oreganon not on the same page as the teleport from TJ splits the fight. Just a beautifully timed teleport in, and look at that Cataclysm. All 4.
And then the Soraka silence underneath really just completely
and that's what that's exactly what you mentioned in the pregame, right? It was how good they synergized together.
It's a very good combination. And TJ with the teleport down. And the reason Frankfurt doesn't follow him here, is the result of that trade topside. TJ buying that space and saying that, like, even if you teleport down here, Frank, you're going to be under half HP. And so Frank, we're just choosing to remain in the topside and try to bail himself out a bit.
Yeah, it's what, a couple of plates worth of gold. Yep. We can catch a little back up to live here. But yeah, it's I mean, yeah, we've got the gold in front of you guys right now, and you can see. Look at, it's not just top lane now, but jungle as well. A massive advantage for Whittle Guy. As on the reset, they're looking to try and find something. Charm will land, but a nice light binding. So mid-jungle fighting on either side. TJ looking for a solo kill. Gets the flash from Frank Word. Will find it. And there's a solo. Bolo. Does he escape? Just enough.
Oh, he's
and he will get away.
TJ, look alive. Oh, God, I got scared for a moment.
This work is going to get...
He just needs to auto and he'll be fine, but goodness, he was not
looking for a second. Click over to this work.
Well,
look at how disgusting his healing is. He's basically full HP off of that wave. Yeah.
12, he just healed 1100 off that creep wave.
He doesn't need to reset. Okay, Cullen coming in. That's another flash out. So flash on Inferno is down. Charm in from Reds, looking for another kill. It's another solo Bolo in mid as he finds the heads-up play. And Inferno under tower onto Agateo. Oreganon, beautiful tanking from Oreganon to take those turret shots.
Opens it up with the wave, lets Agateo have his Tidecaller's blessing, and then tanks just the right amount before backing out. Excellent dodge from Targon on the bot side, and it's back and forth, even though it's 4-13 on the scoreline. It feels like Agateo is such a threat, and Whittle Guy is here to try to knock one off his block.
Some of the best heads-up 2v2 in lane that we've seen all season, and as a support player, it's really fun to watch these. You know, when they decide to fight 2v2, no junglers involved. Yeah. I love to see how they're playing, and so hats off to Agateo and Oreganon here in match number 1. 2 or 3 of the 4 kills that they've gotten so far. Down now 4-13. It is about a 5k gold lead for Zaun. Zaun looking...
they need to pull this back because although these when these fights are split up, it has been close. TJ looking now for 1v1 on the top side. Frankward is here now to answer, and it's going to be an infinite duress to finish off penultimate in the jungle. Huge final spark over the top. Whittle Guy will fall.
Okay, so both junglers caught out. TJ basically winning a 1v2 topside, but then Whittle trying to take away Raptors is caught with a beautiful light bind from Minty and the punish from Agateo. So
TJ said, "I'm just going to start up this Herald on my own."
He's 4-0. I mean, he's very strong. Can absolutely
flash out. I like the move because if that Aqua Prism or a wave had come out, he was donezo. 4 on the top side now try to answer this Herald. They know that TJ is probably still there.
A flash in from TJ, but there are 4 here, and TJ too far forward. A big shutdown will land. Red's able to find Oreganon on the backside of this fight. Penultimately is here to try and frontline, and the remaining 4 of Targon will turn their attention to the Herald, so they at least get this neutral objective off of that. Of course,
where did that shutdown go to from TJ?
I believe it went on to Agateo. So quite a bit of gold now. Yeah, 8,000 gold on a single player.
And if there's anyone on the Targon lineup where you want that gold on, it's going to be Frankward, Agateo. Of course, everybody on the team is contributing, but those are really where we've got those carry potentials. Minty Bun, we've seen have absolutely
in this game potentials on Lux. It's Minty and Agateo, right? But
yes, you're right. In this lineup, I'm just like speaking of generalities. But Agateo has been so aggressive on the solution. He's very comfortable on it. We've got a gank attempt topside from Whittle Guy trying to answer this.
Penultimately trying to cover here, but Yoni is here to back up his jungler. So we'll see what the call is. If they want a prolonged fight, I think that they cover their tails here. Zaun have sent 3 topside, so Targon able to escape successfully. This is kind of the part of the game where supports can get unlocked a little bit. They can kind of go wherever they want. We see Yoni as top lane, Oreganon on a bit of a roam towards mid. Could look to find a play here onto Inferno. Dash forward, nice ebb and flow down, and it is going to be a look at that. That's
holy damage.
Yeah, Imperial Mandate onto Nami. That's the Lucian Nami threat. That exists. That's why we saw it in pro play for so many years. It is oppressive. And it works when it works.
And the early Grievous Wounds completion coming out to combine with that Imperial Mandate to try to answer Yoni on this Soraka. We saw the Wish come out to try to save TJ before that Herald went at that Herald fight. And not quite enough. Of course, Wish will remove Grievous Wounds effects, but it will impact the rest of the builds. And in addition, Warwick with his notorious healing abilities. We've also got Grievous Wounds coming out, Frankfurt on the top side, and Red's Awesome will be retreating to his tower, and we're going to have a dragon fight on our hands.
Yeah, it looks like both teams are set up ready to fight. TJ is early on the roam in comparison to Frankfurt. Look at how far behind the Poppy is. So we'll have to see if they're able to find some type of play. Reds, the Spirit Rush forced out early, so that is a key teamfight ultimate used here.
That's right.
Frankfurt's still not spotted.
Excuse me.
Don't see him yet.
Tense. Both teams on a complete standoff. They do not have vision of each other. Widow Guy has the ability...
the charm lands onto Minty. Quite a bit of damage will come out. The culling and the wave both go down in response. So Minty brought down to half HP, and many of the teamfight ultimates are used on the side of Targon. Oregon trying to position here out of wards, cannot actually ward that Banana Brush. So TJ able to walk forward. Frankfurt has to use that dash nullifier, but in the Flag and Drag, penultimately beautiful smite, infinite duress onto the back fight. And there is the Cataclysm onto the team. Nobody is dead yet. Look at the way that they're spacing. Beautiful finding.
They're so low. Nobody has fallen, and the dragon goes... Who did the dragon go to? I was focused on the fight.
I believe that was Ocean Dragon going the way.
Okay, so it would have gone to Targon here.
Yeah, it was a nice smite.
So what a tense
I can't believe nobody died, Jason.
Yeah,
How did that?
I'm waiting to see. I need these resets to come through before we go for a replay. We're going to see if they can pick up a kill on a Red's Awesome.
A flash.
Spirit Rush coming out.
Oh, the charm under tower.
Oh, he was so close. A little bit more damage over the top, and Reds could have picked that one up. Reds forced a Spirit Rush before that fight started, and then having it back up on the off of the benefit of the Malignants. We're going to quickly scrub through this setup, but let's see. 1955.
Yeah, it was so back and forth, wasn't it?
Let's see how long this standoff goes. So Spirit Rush going out there, and really unfortunate.
Yeah, the dragon fully resets. And then Minty walks up just a bit too far. Nice charm from Reds. Finds so much damage over the top of the healing.
30 seconds later.
They heal him up a little bit. Keeper's Verdict will send Ari out of this fight. So Frank sending Reds away. And they turn all their attention straight in onto the dragon. And really, you'll see TJ eventually deciding to go forward. Watch the Flag and Dragon. That forces the smite fight, but penultimately successfully defends. Gets the smite kill. And then they're able to get away just on the narrowest of health bars. It felt like if that fight had gone on, then Zaun could have won it. But
it could have gone either
in
way.
and out.
I think it really comes down to the Keeper's Verdict there.
Yeah.
I think it knocked Reds far enough away that the whole play was delayed just enough. That even though an excellent Cataclysm comes down, there's just not quite enough follow-up. As we'll speed back to
saw this under tower. So, all right, let's see what the next play is. We're at 21 minutes. We just saw a dragon. So about 4 minutes until the next dragon.
5-0-3 Reds. You mentioned not a win. It's been 2 seasons since Reds has picked up a win, and to lock in for it.
He's playing great. Again. Multiple solo kills in this game. He's really playing fantastic. But yeah, Zaun, they need to find a way forward. Only a 3.5k gold lead, and Agateo with 5 kills. That's one of the ways that many people have lost games in the LCC is by giving Agateo 5 kills. So let's see.
What would Widow Guy and TJ know about that?
All right, attention going towards this topside scuttle. It feels like this game has ratcheted up in terms of nerves, in terms of anticipation, and I think we're going to see them team fighting a lot more, playing as a team, playing as a unit. And I'm not sure, both these teams having these player replacements come in, these kind of newer members on their rosters. I'm not sure who that favors more.
Yeah, we saw early and onto this match a lot of unbridled aggression.
Infinite duress straight in onto Agateo, and they burst him down. What a find. Meanwhile, Minty trying to make the play on the bottom side of the map, but a gorgeous decision from TJ.
They spot Agateo out in any way, and it's a full hard commit, and I love
Straight
that.
to Baron. Pings
I was about
to
to say, the words were leaving my mouth that we saw so much early aggression, and we've seen a bit of a pullback to a bit of just wanting to stabilize and not overcommit, and then an immediate all-in from TJ, and I love the decision-making there.
Okay, so they're going to decide they have to fight this. Teleport in from Minty. Minty will get here, separated from his team a bit on the bottom side of this fight. Penultimately and Frank were trying to front to back. A dive-in, Cataclysm onto Minty. Oregonin is able to get out. The light binding over the top, but so much healing. Yoni able to find so much onto Whittle. Penultimately will go down, and eventually Yoni on the backside of the fight will also drop. Oregonin now. Reds trying to find his way forward. Agateo has come off the recall. He's finding a fight. It's a double kill for Agateo on the front. Frankward able to turn and kill TJ. It's a double kill for both of them, and it's going to be an ace for the Targon Titans out of nowhere as they come from base to win that.
I gotta pause it for a second. What just happened? I need my replay because holy team fight. You gotta watch TJ get hit by the keeper's verdict there and see how low he was at the start of this fight. Because oh my goodness. So of course we're coming off of Agateo being picked off in the mid lane. It's only 23 minutes into this match, and so it's not a super long death timer, but we're straight onto this Baron immediately. And then, of course, Targon knows this is happening. We're seeing a teleport down. There's a teleport to mid lane for Red's Awesome, so not nearly as close to the
positioning of teleports, very important.
TJ is very low here. There's a lot of healing coming down for him. Crimson Yoni is here, wish over the top. TJ is going to get take aggro here again. Keeper's Verdict. We're going to go, hold on, we're going to go pause, check on TJ. He's in the air up screen up here. Look at his health bar as he falls in. So when he re-enters the fight later, you got to pay attention to that. But let's go back over here to the team fight. Keep it slow. And there's a final spark over the top. Minty Bun under pressure from Whittle Guy, but this is a tank Jarvan. We're not seeing a lot of damage come through. Crimson Yoni going to be chased down by Frankward. Aspen ultimately is focused down by the carries on the side of Zaun Plague. Frankward finding a kill solo on the Crimson Yoni. It's a tank Poppy chasing down a support, you know. But we have TJ zooming in on the top side to try to fight Frankward, and Frankward just throwing a Q, and then the Q finish him because TJ doesn't walk off the top of it. And then Agateo shows up after his respawn and just finishes the whole thing. An incredible team fight.
Yeah.
From both sides. That was ecstatic. And let's see where we go from there. I don't know that they can finish this Baron, really, unless Frankward comes over to tank it for them.
Herald used topside. Alright, so, yeah, decision here now. They're committing straight in onto the Baron. I mean, yeah, they're just going to finish Baron. Okay, so Targon get the Baron off of that, and that look at the gold. Look at the gold. Completely even in gold.
What a game.
Incredible. That's 3.5 items here on the Lucian.
God, yeah, thank you for... Ian had to just turn the stats bots back on, because I'm floored. What a team fight. That was awesome.
So 30 seconds until the next dragon.
1,200 gold on Agateo, by the way.
There we go. 30 seconds to the next dragon here. And positioning is very important. Nice deep vision here from Zaun, able to spot this out. So they do have, the knowledge. And this next dragon, it's not soul or anything, so it's not the most important thing. And I actually think Targon with Baron, they won't want to take a team fight that risks their Baron being used. They really need to get some more turret gold and continue to push this advantage forward.
Yeah, they're deciding to sack this dragon, it looks like. They're just a little late on the rotation over. They have teleport available, but TJ is half HP on display. And I think it looks like he's trying to fight back into Frankward, but this Grievous Wound's coming out, and the build just starting to make, Frankward tough enough to take these 1v1s, as TJ is almost no tank in his build, so there's a lot of damage coming through on the top of him. It's quite an effective damage build to finish people off, but it is risky. You got to make sure to avoid that damage and pick your timing correctly, like we saw in that mid lane play. I love that decisiveness, just going with the Infinite Duress the second Agateo is available.
Okay, so mid tier 1 will get cracked here, and this is pretty important. But Whittle and TJ both decide this could be the time. And before the tower goes down, they are going to look to make a play. Agateo doing quite a bit of forward damage. Nice dash to the side. Here's the Infinite Duress straight in onto Agateo. They find quite a bit of damage. Flash out. Reds on the back, though, will land that charm, but a beautiful peel from the rest of the team. Cataclysm in. So 1 for 1, jungler for AD, but also down goes Penultimate, and Zaun Plague will push forward. They find another charm. They find another kill. Aragon goes down. It's the third down of Fear here onto Minty. Minty collected. It's 4. And Zaun Plague wins a massive momentum-shifting team fight in the mid lane.
It goes back the other direction. And again, Warwick, TJ is not on Malphite this game, right? Because it looks like it. He is finding Agateo with these Infinite Duresses, and it's clutch. I mentioned he doesn't have a tanky build. He needs to find those opportunities, and it's looking so good for him right now.
Yeah, again, pushed 7 top lane bans prior to this game. Pushed deeper in his pool than we have seen previously, and delivering here in game number 1 of our quarterfinals.
And also got to call out Red's Awesome for the flank angle. not finding the kill immediately, but Whittle Guy has his eyes on the prize. There's a Cataclysm, there's a Flag and Drag, and then it buys enough time for Red's Awesome to get another Spirit Rush and Q through to be able to find the finish. Great play out of Zaun Plague.
Yeah, beautiful.
To shift the momentum back in their favor.
Beautiful back and forth. This does give them the gold lead, but still, they were able to use that Baron to crack open mid-tier 1 and to get their third dragon. So, still kind of anybody's game here. Targon has a shot, but yeah, really decisive moment there from Whittle and TJ to just press the go button and go for it. Yeah, pointing here to the objective timers. 2 minutes here on the Baron, 2 minutes, 30 seconds on the Dragon. We'll have to see how these teams decide to divvy this one up.
Yep. As we've got both of our teams in a lull state without getting near each other, I'm just going to go ahead and speed us up. We've got a little bit of replay time to consume as we get towards live. Slow this back down, so we may have a 1v1 on the top side. TJ and Frankfurt have been duking it out this game. Tiamat coming down now for TJ, so able to shove out with much more expediency. Reds is going to look for this, all in on the Minty. Charm connects, and that's a one-shot. Reds is
another solo
feeling himself this game.
Yeah, has really taken his knowledge of the matchup, and that's kind of what I mentioned. I was a little afraid
Little
for
guy
Lux
standing
in
on
this matchup.
vision here. Agateo knows. He's not revealing that they know. But it looks like all of Targon potentially moving over to deal with it.
Really quick, while Reds got that kill bot lane, TJ...
Little guy discovers that he's been on a ward the whole time.
TJ did use his ultimate to get away topside, so there is no Warwick ulti right now, but it will be back off cooldown for the next fight.
Yeah, and right now, Whittle Guy just trying to stand off vision and shadow the lane shove, as Reds does not need him to clear the tower, and should a rotation come over, he can answer. And right now, it just looks like Zaun Plague are happy to play for picks and then go for shoves off the back of that. Inferno has not had the spotlight on him with this Yunara. There was a lot of pressure down from Agateo. But at this point in the game, he also has 1,200 gold, and there's plenty of items on this Yunara to light up these team fights. But there's an engage down on TJ topside, infinite duress again to escape.
Yep, just off. It was off cooldown for about 1 second before it got used again there. So
yeah, flashbone as well.
Perfect timing.
They're going to be happy they got that pressure down. But at the end of the day, it's buying space. And buying space is great. That's what you need to be able to get back into the game. But Zaun Plague are just waiting for their moment. There's no infinite duress, but they still have Whittle Guy with a Cataclysm and Heart of Gold in the jungle, trying to find a Reganin right here.
Oh, went for it. Went for the Flag and Drag. Reganin had that spidey sense, though. Knew something was wrong.
He said, I smell something in my jungle. And it smells like just a Whittle Guy.
10 seconds now on this dragon, and still, again, TJ, they're teleport from both these top laners, but still, that ultimate on cooldown, so that could play,
ultimate is on cooldown.
It's coming back pretty shortly.
They're finishing that dragon. Let's go ahead and check on the vision control. So there is 0 vision available for Targon as this dragon drops to 2,000 HP. They will throw some spells over the wall, but in the end, it's a flashback over immediately from penultimate.
So the Arctic Assault in, but just the gut reaction flash. And
could have, absolutely, they probably would have forced the flash, but could have made them come back in and actually force it. But I like making sure to stay up. Of course, Baron is on the table, and dying here as the jungler could be disastrous.
Not an option, I agree. Not an option.
Huge damage across onto Yoni. Yeah, we'll drop Yoni underneath half HP, practically a third HP left.
Agateo drops Culling as well, just to try and find some chip damage here. They find the Glacial Prison down onto Whittle, and here's the redemption over top. So nice team healing from Yoni. And of course, the Soraka just going to heal the team up to full over time. So a little bit of chip damage coming down, but you've got half the Soraka's health for multiple ultimates on your team. I'm not sure at this point in the game it's completely worth that. Looking for more.
Going wide just by an inch. And I gotta say, that fight right there, I felt a bit of the lack of practice and synergy, because I think there was definitely an angle to go in onto Red's Awesome, but there's just a bit of hesitation in the team.
Decisive moment here. They're going to force this. This is a reset from Inferno. Inferno is not here yet. TJ has teleport, but is walking down now. Teleporting in is the decision. So he's into the pit. Teleporting into the pit. We have to watch what happens. Flash from Oregon and TJ into the pit. Smite secured. Infinite Duress down onto the jungler. Reds trying to find a way in Flag and Drag, but the ultimate, beautiful find from Minty. Keeper's Verdict will send Reds away. And at the end of the day, it's 2 kills and the Baron and Targon. Again, the momentum shifts completely to the other side as Targon is back on top.
Look at this, the flash in! There's no slow, no red buff available, but Inferno is dropped under half HP after just 2 auto attacks. Penultimately is there on the chase. But yeah, in the end, TJ and Little Guy go for the Baron contest, but Inferno and Reds just aren't quite close enough to be able to find the play, and it's a great tempo opportunity from Targon to take the Baron.
I love how aggressive Agateo gets here. It reminds me of Wild Turtle back in the day. Flashing forward, looking for the end, looking for the kill.
Please, that's double lift right there.
The flash in?
What? That's rush hour bot lane right there, I'll tell you. There's no Alistar, but that's what Agateo's looking for.
Alright, a little bit of siege here. I think they can stick around. I'm surprised
what
that
a
they called out.
game 1! We are within 300 gold of each other, 33 minutes into this game, and it has been a brawl back and forth. There's 4 to 5 towers, there's 3 Kevins over onto the side of Zaun Plague, 2 Barons onto the side of Targon, 5 dragons across the match. There's a soul point already for Targon, which is why I think they were okay to come to this dragon a little bit later. They didn't necessarily need to show up. There was no soul to be contested. And they give up the dragon, find the Baron.
Yeah, so within 2k gold now, and it starts to get negligible when you're at 60k team gold, right? But if we take a look at the actual itemization, we've got 4 completed items for Agateo. 4 completed items.
There'll be a fight here now as Frankward will
For
pin Whittle Guy Keeper's Verdict.
Yeah, the front lines banging it, hitting each other with their abilities. Nice culling over the wall. The Ignite onto Whittle is going to force Jarvan to reset. Frank brought down to about half HP, but Whittle is going to have to find a reset before the next team fight. Luckily for him, Dragon's not up for another 90 seconds, so Targon with Baron will be able to just push forward. Frank is going to go for the reset and just answer TJ top side here. Both top laners level 18 at this point. Still a couple levels to gain, to scale up.
Tower going to fall on the top side, and TJ looking for a reset.
Turn back to the siege. Big ultimate, big find as Minty annihilates the Crimson Yoni. There's the Glacial Prison in onto Reds. Reds will go golden. What can Inferno and Whittle do? Cataclysm will be dodged. What a sidestep from Agateo, as the Targon Titans will push through. And despite an early game gold deficit, they are going to push through. Look at this, another kill found, another ultimate layered over top. The Targon Titans are going to win game 1 and bring us 1-0 in the series.
Holy, what a game 1. My goodness, the teams, it's probably good for them that we were slightly behind, and so they have a moment to have a breather before game 2. Because I think both teams should be feeling fired up after that one.
All right, we are currently 8 p.m. Eastern, so we're going to take a quick break. Our teams have a bit of time to get ready for the next game. We'll be back in about, game 2 is going to start in about 7 minutes. And so we will be back in maybe 3 or 4. We're going to take a quick break ourselves, stay refreshed. This could be a long 7-game series. If it's anything like game 1.
7 games, goodness.
Well, 5-game series, yeah. This could be a long 5-game series. If it's anything like game 1, I mean, they're back and forth. What a great game 1 to be
I'm stoked for this series. It's like it's the stat line, it's the seeds back and forth. There is so much tension coming off of last week's Week 10 matchup to close out the regular season, and now a best of 5 is just getting started.
And Targon,
we'll be right back.
Targon now 7 out of 8 wins.
Yeah, we'll be right back.